Hey everybody, appreciate everyone being out here, and a special thanks to all the people who were nominated and then had the courage to accept and are here tonight to talk about everything you're doing and you want to do in the future. I was asked to give a brief update on the YJC's organizing because a lot of people might want to have updates on what's happening. There's a lot of people on this call that are experts at all these issues and campaigns, and so I'm sure you'll hear more details when they present their positions. There's 3 bills we have still in the state capitol that are about to hopefully head to the governor's desk. They still have to make it through this last week of floor votes and committee fights. One is Assembly Bill 1196 that'll ban chokeholds across the state. Law enforcement will no longer be able to use chokeholds or carotid artery holds. Assembly Bill 2054 will create alternatives to police funding for those projects across the state, pilots that will really take on police as the first responders and argue that mental health workers, youth workers, intervention workers, outreach can do a better job than police at first responding to crises or concerns in our community. Assembly Bill 901 will eliminate the ability of probation to put young people on caseloads or have them follow conditions of probation when they haven't even been charged with a crime, have not been to court. It's a process that probation across the state calls voluntary probation, and there's tens of thousands of young people that are reporting to probation officers that have not been charged with any crime, mostly for school-related matters like low grades or attendance. So that's scandalous. So those bills, if they pass, will do great things for all of California. Of course, not everything we want, but a step in the right direction. Also on the state level, the governor announced that he wanted to close the Division of Juvenile Justice, what used to be called California Youth Authority. We and groups across the state are pushing for him to close DJJ the right way. He wants to give hundreds of millions of dollars a year to local probation departments and just transfer those young people down to county custody with probation, juvenile halls and camps. People across the state are pushing instead for a community-led model, that money would go to the community and that there would be alternatives to incarceration for young people, care, not cages. There's also local efforts. So some of the campaigns that are happening locally, someone asked about gang injunctions. We are just about to have a final victory on a gang injunction lawsuit, Youth Justice Coalition versus the City of LA, that already has eliminated the enforcement of gang injunctions against about 10,000 people in LA County. But that lawsuit is about to be settled, which will be kind of the final coffin in LA City gang injunctions. On gang databases, we've passed a number of laws at the state level, but also just eliminated the ability of LAPD to use the gang database. So hopefully that'll spread across the state and eventually gang databases will be dust. On the other side of the county, we're also fighting incarceration to pull people out of county jails, juvenile halls, and camps. We won a motion to transfer youth out of probation, and now there's a youth justice work group that a lot of the people on the call are really active in, about how to imagine that. How can we really pull young people out of probation and have instead a youth development department? So if people want to get involved in that work, that would be amazing. We also have been fighting for COVID releases from the county jails, juvenile halls, and camps. There's other groups fighting for that too, and we've been successful in getting thousands of people out of the county jails, more than 5,000 now, and more than 200 youth out of county lockups. But we have a lot more to do there, and we get calls every day from people inside, especially the county jails, and from parents and family members on the outside, desperate to get their loved ones out. We were lucky also enough to be given $300,000 to manage a bail fund, so we're trying to bail people out as quickly as possible. So if you have a loved one that's inside and want support with that, please let us know. And then finally, we're part of a new ballot initiative that'll be on the ballot this November that'll take 10% of the money in the county and require that it go to alternatives to lockup and to youth and community development. So that's the first time we'll have a real fund for youth and community development in the county, and a demand that they start downsizing Los Angeles's addiction to detention, incarceration, and policing. So that's just a little bit about what's happening, and a lot of love to, again, all the people on the call that are leading that work that would be talking about it, but are running for board positions or supporting people running for board positions. So thank you all again so much for coming out.